Hello, my name's Jessica Rose and welcome to Jewellery Making for Absolute Beginners. I'm going to show you how to make some really simple beaded jewellery that absolutely anyone can do, so you don't need any previous experience. I'm going to take you through all of the simple steps that you're going to need, all the tools and materials and resources that you'll need, which you can buy from pretty much any craft store, jewellery store or arts shop. And the different projects that you're going to learn to make are earrings, necklaces and bracelets. So you should be able to have a nice full set by the end of the course. In terms of my experience, I've been a professional jeweller for 8 years and I specialise in bead, wire and fashion jewellery. And I run the London Jewellery School, which is one of the world's largest jewellery training centres, where we teach thousands of students every year how to make their own jewellery. So as you can probably tell, I love jewellery making and I hope you will too. I think a lot of people think that it's going to be very difficult to learn to make jewellery, and what I'm hoping to do with this video is show you how simple it can be and how with very little tools and materials you can make something really professional to be proud of. So before we can actually start making any jewellery, we need to learn about the tools that we're going to be using. And I've got a nice selection of things on the table here. So the most important tools in a way are your pliers. And we've got 3 different pliers we're going to use in this course. We've got side cutters, which are these ones here. And if you have a look at side cutters, because they all look very similar to begin with, they've got a flat edge on one side when you close them and a beveled edge on the other side, and they're a bit like your scissors for jewellery making. So I'm just going to show you with a bit of scrap wire what they do. We're not using much wire in this course, but it's just to show how to cut. So whenever you want to cut into your wire, you take your side cutters, place it right in the middle of the blade. If you put it right at the bottom of the blade and try and cut, you won't get anywhere. So it's a bit like scissors in that way. Place it right in the middle of the blade and always cut down into your beading mat, because otherwise the little ends of your wire will flick off everywhere and possibly cause some damage. So cut down into your beading mat and just push. So really, really simple. The second set of pliers that you're going to need are called round nose pliers. And they look a bit like this. They've got 2 little kind of cones on the end. And these are used for making loops. Now, in a minute, I'm going to show you how to make a really professional loop, but I'm just going to show you very quickly for now. Just pop it in and twist it round. And I've got a nice loop, which is really, really useful when you're making jewellery for connecting different bits together. The third and final pliers are called chain nose pliers. We're going to be using these for a special technique called crimping, which I'm going to show you a bit later on in the course. They're flat in the middle, so you can bend or straighten your wire and sort out any kinks by just pushing gently on them. So they're the 3 pliers. Other than that, we've also got some threading materials. So we have some nylon, some stretchy elastic and some memory wire, and again I'll talk you through those as we come to use them. In these triangular trays here we've got findings. Now findings is a jewellery term, and they're basically metal pieces that join different segments of your jewellery together. So they're really, really useful, and you can see we've got gold plated and silver plated. Now, plated metal basically means that the inside of it is normally a base metal like brass or copper, and then it's coated in silver or gold to give it a really nice look and feel. And then finally, of course, we have our beads. So I've got a nice selection of different sizes and shapes and colours. If you're anything like me, you'll love going around bead shops and selecting out which pieces to make with what beads. And I've got a relatively small colour palette here. I tend to work with different colours and kind of work from there to create collections of pieces. But I hope I'll be able to show you that you can make quite a lot of different types of jewellery just from a few select beads. And last but not least, I'm working on a beading mat, which you can see here. It's basically a piece of fabric which has little hairs on, and it just stops your beads from rolling around everywhere. So it's quite a nice surface area to work on. So really, really simple. If you're making your jewellery from home for the first time, all you really need are some pliers, thread, findings, and some beads. And we'll get started with making some jewellery next.